Hola Casa A y Distant Learners. Hoy es viernes, el 18 de septiembre, y vamos a hablar un poquito de la independencia de México. Hoy día el plan, bueno, nuestras metas son, I can read articles and hear audio relative to the topic and understand them. I can use examples from sources I've heard and read to support and supplement my opinions and ideas. Also, I can identify the concept of a hero and make connections between heroes of different cultures. We're specifically talking today about the events leading to the independence of Mexico and keep people involved. So you are going to actually do that as homework, and then we're going to be discussing that el lunes. So let's go through what we got today. Today would be you need to upload your diario número uno, and I will be reading those over the weekend. Also, para repasar, vamos a repasar los verbos reflexivos. Está en nuestro libro Conexiones. Don't worry about it. You don't have that with you right now. But we're just going to just talk briefly about verbos reflexivos, and we'll talk more about it later too. And then La Independencia de Mexico. There's an intro, an article, and some videos. So I just want to give you the kind of what we have going on in our slideshow, and then you can get into the slideshow and view the videos through there. The homework then, la tarea es contestar las preguntas después de leer nuestro reportaje de la independencia de México. Okay? So first of all, we have los verbos reflexivos. Ya saben ustedes, well, I'm going to speak in English for a minute. Remember, we use reflexive verbs when the subject in the action performs the action on itself. For example, me ducho in Spanish would be I take a shower, I shower myself. Me visto, I get dressed, I dress myself. These are the reflexive pronouns, me, te, se, nos, o, se. So I get up, me levanto, tú te levantas, se levanta, nos levantamos, os levantáis, y se levantan. I'm not going through every single verb tense right now because we can apply this to many, many, many tenses. But here are some common reflexive verbs of actions one would do to oneself. Okay. Also, if you're a distance learner, please make sure you independently read pages 114 and 115 in your Conexiones book. We will be doing that together. The CASA y B are going to be doing that together. So what I want you to do is take a moment and try some of these questions. We're going to be doing this tomorrow on Friday in class. And so you at home, I want you to try this on your own. You can either pause this and write the answers down on a piece of paper, or you can maybe, we'll check back, but I want you to jot these down, and then we're going to go through them. Well, yeah, they're down in here today. I'll get them to you guys, but I want you to try these and see how you do with that in the present progressive, present, the imperfect. Just give it a shot, okay? Okay, so when you read and this is in your article that you're going to be reading, that's linked. It's about la independencia de México. Ya saben ustedes que el día es el 16 de septiembre, no es una celebración del 5 de mayo. Pero cuando lees el reportaje o artículo de la independencia de México, quisiera que ustedes resalten o highlight en el artículo los eventos, las personas muy importantes, claves, marca el texto con lo de arriba también. If there's something that I want you to start marking up your text. So if you don't understand something, make these marks for no entiendo. Me sorprende, if there's something that surprises you, use these marks. Y cambié de mi opinión. I don't know if it's going to change your opinion, but use a C on that. So I want you to annotate your text that way. There's some videos that I want you to watch. Here is el grito, el famoso El Grito 2019, so hace un año, en el Zócalo de la Ciudad de México, el presidente hace el grito, el gran grito de Dolores. That's the scream of pain, okay, of the people. And so I want you to watch this one and then compare This is the next year. He looks exactly the same, but this is a year later. 2020, that's this year. So notice the difference between this year's and last year's. So I want you to watch each of them. If you watch this one, it's going to say that you can't view it, but if you press, I think it goes to a black screen, but you can still access it through YouTube. So check it out and tell me what you think about that. And what are they saying? Viva, viva, viva about. We're going to talk about that later. There's also a nice little video that I'd like you to watch about el Día de Independencia de México. Creo que ella está hablando en inglés, pero no importa. Pero es un resumen del Día de Independencia. We are also going to be talking about class structure in colonial Mexico. I want you to note that there are groups, several groups that were present in that early 1800s specifically. And there's this hierarchy. At the top of society were the peninsulares, or the españoles, nacidos en España. They were born and resided in Mexico, or they were born in Spain, resided in Mexico. Their offspring were born in New Spain of the peninsulares, but they were then called criollos. Criollos were born in New Spain or Mexico or the Americas. Then we had the mestizos. Mestizos were the third class. They were comprised of the offspring produced by the marriage of ethnic Spaniard and an Indian, I want to say indigena here, because we would say Native American Indian, meaning the groups that resided in Mexico. Okay. Then we have the indígenas, that were just pure indígenas of Indian or native blood. And then finally, at the bottom, unfortunately, of this hierarchy back in colonial Mexico, we had los esclavos. They were trajidos desde del Caribe y de África y eran esclavos. So these are the colonial class structure. It's important for you to know this. We'll be talking about that. So for your homework, though, is vas a leer el artículo y contestar las preguntas de la independencia de México. Hay una lista, there's a link, un enlace para ti. Y también vas a empezar tu trabajo en tu diario número 2 de escuchar. Es buena idea empezar este fin de semana. Adelante, recuerden ustedes que tenemos el Quizlet, hay que completar las 4 actividades, por lo menos 90% mejor en el examen, y 3 otras actividades, y es para el 25, que es el próximo viernes, ¿entienden? Recuerden también que tenemos un examen de tema 1, el 1 o 2 de octubre. Probablemente dura 2 días. It takes 2 days because hay una parte de escuchar y también una parte de escribir. Depende en tu clase. So for some people, this is going to be a little bit different. So I'll let you know when we get closer. So eso es todo para ahora por ahora, perdón. So you have a little bit of homework to do este fin de semana que tiene que ver con Independencia de México. Y nos vemos la semana que viene. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Hasta luego.